Hello guys, today I will tell you some stuff about Turtle Mk1, a new British premium tank destroyer. So as you probably already know, it's a very high DPM tank. Its base DPM is 3.1 thousand because it has 330 alpha damage, and base reload time is 6.33 seconds. So it can really do a lot of damage very fast. So another good thing about this vehicle, it has a decent penetration base ammunition, 224, although it's not as good as for example Scorpion, who has 246. The premium rounds, APCRs, they are 253 penetration, so also not very high for a premium rounds on a tank destroyer. Another good thing is decent gun handling. It's pretty accurate. It has very good gun depression and good gun elevation. Also, side traverse are very good, and it has a great armor. It has not many weak spots, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. 254 frontal armor is okay for tier 8, although higher tiers will penetrate you without problems. The one very painful thing about this vehicle is top speed of 20 and very low power to weight ratio, so this is a terrible trunk to drive if you are not used to slow vehicles. So armor model of this vehicle, so the frontal armor is around 250 everywhere if you are on the same level. If you are higher than the vehicles, you should be able to penetrate the cheeks of the vehicle and the roof. Also commander's hatch, but it's very tricky because it's pretty flat, so it's very tricky to hit. And if you are on equal or below, it's only the small bottom plate below the red area is a weak spot, so it's not very easy to penetrate. Okay, but let's go to the battle. So one of the most painful things about slow vehicles is when you get an open map and this is what I got here. So I'm really wondering what I should do now. Luckily it's only one artist, so it's not the worst thing that could happen. With 3 artists on this map, you probably would end up dead very soon. So as you notice, I'm driving, and I was thinking about going uphill, but I decided against it because before I would go there, the battle would be probably over. So 1 minute in, and I'm still not in the position I would like to be in. I hate staying in around the spawn area. I really think it's not a very good spot, especially in this spawn. Maybe on the other spawn with the buildings it might be a bit better for this tank, but you are a bit of sitting duck depending on anyone who will spot. So I go to these bushes over here that I usually go with my medium tanks as well. I'm hoping that with some fallen trees I might have this half decent camo and not be spotted while I try to craft some angles and do some shots. The camo on this vehicle is not very good in general, so just the additional bushes could help me not being spotted. So as you see, there is not a lot going on. I cannot really push anywhere because although that vehicle has a great frontal armor, the sides are weaker, so if somebody will start shooting me from the side, I will just get penetrated and lose my HP. So I try to take a shot, but I don't penetrate. So I reload with APCRs now when I'll be shooting at those heavies there. And I miss. It's the accuracy of this gun is decent, but I wouldn't say it's outstanding. I was trolled a lot of times by that gun, so on the paper it looks probably more accurate than I have witnessed it to perform. So I don't know, you will have to find out for yourself, I guess. Definitely you cannot count that such a difficult shots will go in. Yeah, I'm looking for shots right now, but the enemies are very careful not to expose themselves, so it's not very easy. It was a pixel shot, so no wonder it didn't hit. So it's 2-6 already, so we are clearly losing. And I haven't done much this battle yet. The problem is if you are your top speed 20, then relocating is probably not an option. If you get into a heavy line, maybe that it's a corridor, then you might probably push or retreat without being shot from the side. Okay, so I had a bunch of low percentage shots and didn't hit them. One thing about that ammunition is it's extremely slow. The base ammunition has speed of 800. So as you see, it takes getting used to. If you play vehicles like Leopard or others that have like speed of 1800 or 2000, the difference is astronomical. So finally that DPM is now showing that you can really punish enemies who go into the open, and that for example shot was a difficult shot and it went in. So some accuracy is there, but very often you'll get trolled. Like it seemed like that should hit, but what can you do? It's RNG.
Enemy armor is hit.
Oh, this time it went in. So now I slowly become surrounded by enemies, and you see that shot dirt. I try a blind shot, and in a second I will be surrounded by enemies from all sides. So whenever I turn, I will be with my side to somebody. So there is no good position right now. So I cannot get a shot.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Managed to get shot, and as you see, I'll get shot from sides.
We're immobilized. We fixed the track.
Yeah, so that was nothing, just to die. So I've done decently in general, all things considering the map and the positioning. There is our arty who will die in a second. So that was a loss, but you cannot win them all. So I did do 2,600 damage. and managed to do 4 kills, but it wasn't enough to pull our team to the victory. Let's go to the second battle. This time I'm a bit more lucky. I get fjords, so I decide to slowly push toward the heavy line. At least if our middle will hold, there is much lower risk of being flanked, and the heavy line we can push together with the other turtle, push through. So because you get pretty bored while driving this thing to the position, I started typing with a fellow turtle and joking that my turtle is probably defective because it's pretty bad, and he said he's fine. So we're going forward, and this spot is actually decent for this tank because you will be angled additionally to your adding to your armor. The angle and the gun depression will allow you to shoot the enemies, so there is also higher chance of ricochet and higher chance of bouncing the shot. So the problem will be that we both want to use the same position. So see my teammate turtle managed to bounce.
Enemy armor is hit.
And there is a heavy behind us that wants also to use that position, so it will be a bit crowded for all 3 of us to use the same spot. So you see heavy is pushing out the turtle, and I tried to find a shot, but I didn't manage to, and somehow bounce from my armor. So in such situations, this tank will shine because this is tier 8 matchup. You have a nicely angled armor. Your lower plate is mostly hidden. Your commander's hatch is not visible thanks to the gun depression. And versus me, there are softer tanks than I. And see. Funny thing, I didn't want to go back all this way, but the tank started to slide on these rocks and went all the way back. So I have to now drive forward to the position, and my DPM is screwed because of that, because I couldn't shoot while sliding and while going back. And now the enemies retreated, so let's just wait a bit. They will not stay hidden forever. And for now our team is losing 2 tanks, but it's not lost yet. So hope we'll pull out from that. And they started pushing, and I took one and bounced one.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Another one bounced again from me. I think now the Carnivore had a bit better position to penetrate him, because he was closer to me, so the angle was better for him.
We're stuck here. Enemy hit.
But he managed to take him out.
We fixed the track. Get going.
Also, Carnivore was shooting APCR, so there is that. See that there are some HE flying around. Might be that yeah, Pershing, Super Pershing is shooting high explosives, but he's not managing to penetrate.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I shoot his hatch, his weak spot. Try to find it. So at close range, that gun is performing very good, but try to snipe with it, it's not very reliable.
Destroyed.
So we managed to win the brawl in a heavy line, and now we are pushing. So in between the situation changed. Now we are winning 10-7 as a team. So as you see, we are racing around the corner to push the enemy, and our team smelled the blood, so to say, and started pushing, and all of a sudden the situation starts to change. We already lost 2 tanks in between, so it's 10-9, and AMX 5100 escaped, so we'll have to drive all the way to their base probably. Yeah, so now we can grab some tea or coffee because it will take some driving before we get there. Flanking maneuvers in this tank take a while. So on the one hand, when I'm in such a slow vehicle, I think I wish I was in medium or faster medium or faster light tank to get there faster, but sometimes you have more time to rethink things on the way, and you might not rush into an ambush. So at this point we are three of us, Sue behind us and BK and me, and we are pushing forward together as a team, and on the other side there is a Scorpion G. So we are 11-10 because Scorpion G died all of a sudden. We have also RT support, but they also have RT support. So it's 11-11, so 4 tanks left on each side. And Sue is pushing forward, which is I didn't know what to do right now. I was thinking maybe I should watch the other side while VK watches this side, and we should cap out, and if they arrive we should use our armor and cover to win the brawl. But in between the moments our teammates started dying, so Scorpion died. We managed to take out Batchat, and right after the Scorpion died, our Sue died, and now it's only AMX remaining. So we drive forward, although I'm thinking is it a good idea to follow AMX. He is faster, he has a clip, and while maybe he will not take out VK, he will probably take out me without any issues. Also, probably his camo is a bit better, so he might play a visibility game with us. But well, we are pushing, so right about now I'm thinking, okay, I will pick over from these bushes. Visibility on that vehicle is not great, but I have a pretty decent crew and not binocs, but coated optics, so maybe I'll spot him. But I write to my teammate, let's go back to cap. He clicks affirmative, or the artillery clicks affirmative, and now we spot AMX. So let's see what we can do. Can I find a shot? Yeah, that's a good question. VK shoots AMX, but it didn't hit. There. Missed. Damn it. Then I miss clips, RVK taking him out. I'm looking for a shot again. There. Missed again. Come on, Terpican. Looking for a shot. Hits. Great. Reloading. Yeah, hits again. So as you see, 4 shots. They're all a bit tricky to hit, to didn't hit, so you will have to decide if that gun is good enough for sniping or not. So all in all, I managed to do 3150 damage, and I managed to bounce 1460 damage with my armor. So the armor is not bad. Our VK, VV, GW Tiger, they all done great in this battle, and I managed to earn some money. So that tank is not so bad for earning. Thanks for watching, and until next time.